Artie, what looked better in the run game against Virginia Tech as opposed to the Iowa game?
Whew. Um, it was really just the basics, the fundamentals, pad level. We played with such lower pad level and with more force. I don't know if you want to say we were better prepared for the run game, but we, um, we knew where they were lining up. We got what we expected, and we came out and ran the ball how we wanted to.
How much how much difference have you noticed in Quadri in just the last few weeks and his knowledge and learning the system?
Yeah, he's coming along. He's doing a lot better. His thing that he just needs to continue working on from my perspective. I'm not the running backs coach, but just when we, when we're blocking a guy, just go right, just go downhill, just run right by, you know what I mean? And sometimes the philosophy of, a 3 yard run, a 4 yard run, a 3 yard run, and then a 30, and then a four, and then a 40. You know what I mean? That's what was so good about James was that he was just consistent. He was downhill. He didn't stutter his feet, and he did that a couple times. A lot of times actually in the second half of Virginia Tech. I don't know if you guys know this, but we ran the same play 20 some times in the second half.
When you guys are in a game like Virginia Tech, I mean, are you aware when they were sort of changing quarterbacks in the first half just because when Chad came in it was more sort of
Yeah, we knew that. We knew that.
so how does it change things for you? I guess what's the offensive line's take on sort of the QB run that you guys did?
We're blocking the QB run the same as we are when Quadri or Chris or whoever has the ball in their hands. It's actually it's better for us because we gain a guy when it's not the quarterback's not handing the ball off. So we gain a guy. So some of the concepts will change a little bit, but not by much, and definitely not the mentality. That doesn't change at all.
A couple times before the Tech game, Narduzzi talked about getting more movement from you and from Alex. I think one time he even said it while you were sitting there during the coaches show.
Yeah.
Uh, did you guys take that to heart a little bit?
Sure, sure. Anytime a head coach calls you out, in the media in the team meeting or whatever, it's no, there's no hard feelings there. It's just that's what we needed to do to win, and we accomplished that, and we have to continue to do that to win. You have to get movement on the down guys, and uh, what I was saying a little bit earlier with, one of the reasons I think that we didn't get uh, as much movement up front against Iowa was because one of our pad level we played high, and then two, the way that their defensive linemen kind of read, and we knew that wasn't the case for Virginia Tech. They're more hit the gap and go and get pressure, and so when you know that. And you know where the defensive lineman's going to be at. Whereas Iowa, you never know. It could be here, it could be there, it could change. So, yeah, we took it to heart for sure.
What's it say about his relationship with you guys that you guys were able to
Coach
respond
Narduzzi,
positively to that?
this was good. I mean, if your head coach says something to you and you don't get it done, you got bigger problems on the team than just running the football.
Coach told us the other day that he was going to make sure you guys didn't get too high over the Virginia Tech win. Practice has been pretty intense, getting ready for this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm a firm believer, and I'll say it to you guys every time after we win a game that we're not going to be too arrogant to not celebrate a win and not be happy about it because you only get so many opportunities to play, and you have to be happy about a win. But then, that eventually the next day comes, and you have to kind of see how you can get better because a lot of times, in my opinion, we played two solid quarters on last Saturday, but didn't play a great fourth quarter, didn't seal the deal when we needed to, and then that second quarter played pretty well. The first, second quarter didn't play as well, from an offensive line standpoint, and then third came out and ran the ball, and then fourth we didn't seal the deal when we needed to. So we need to get better in those areas, and practice has definitely been intense. I wouldn't say more intense; they've all been intense this season.
Do you feel like the offense is still sort of trying to find its identity without James in there?
Yeah, we're just banged up. We're banged up with running backs. Luckily we stayed healthy with our offensive line, but just banged up. And I think we need to find a guy that we can go with, and maybe two guys that are constant. And just got to stay healthy, and that's no more than just your preparation on the practice field and off the practice field in the weight room and the training room.
Along those lines a little bit, do you think that Nate's getting maybe more comfortable establishing himself now that we're guess 2-3 weeks into him being named the starter, or whatever you want to call it?
That's a question you'd have to ask Nate. I know personally when you're named the starter and then you can play, you don't have to play, tentatively like, oh, if I mess up, I'm going to get taken out. You know what I mean? That when that pressure is off of you a little bit, that helps you relax. But, for Nate's certain circumstance, you'd have to ask him. I don't want to talk to him about that. You know what I mean? Like everything, in my opinion, that's kind of backtracking.
I just mean like the way that he is sort of, handles you guys or commands the huddle or anything like that. Have you noticed anything sort of progression? Or
No. I mean, he's been solid ever since he's, was named the starter and now is named the starter. He's been pretty much solid the whole time.
Since he's a new guy, does he rely on the seniors, to sort of help him with getting along with everybody and the leadership thing? And
well, he came in the summer and, pretty much did a great job of just jumping in. He lives with Nate Bossery, who was a quarterback, and then they switched over. And he's great friends with Chad, and he's in the grad school program that I'm in. So we talk a lot about that stuff. But he's a personable guy. I don't think he needs help making friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's a friendly guy.
Nate, since there is a schedule right behind you, I'm able to notice that you guys haven't played at home in a month, obviously.
Yeah.
How odd has it been, and how anxious are you to be back in Huntsville?
I'm very excited. It'll be very exciting. I think there's some excitement built up that we haven't seen in a little while, and it'll be fun to be back home and not when it's 95 degrees. The Youngstown State game was hot, so it'll be football weather in Pittsburgh, and can't ask for anything better than that.
All right.
thanks, Artie.
Come on, Ted.
You hoping for some rain? You guys have played well in the rain
No,
so far this year. No